Well, hello everyone. Another of our video reports and a number of things to talk about today. First of all, just to let you know that our new board met earlier this week for their first formal board meeting. It follows their induction process, and I just want to acknowledge at this point in time that the PAO executive variously did presentations at the induction day about the nature and the extent of the work that we all do within the Institute. And just to say that those presentations were excellent, they were well done, well presented, but yeah, the big message was the quality of the work that occurs in the Institute is outstanding, and the new board very much appreciated developing an understanding about that work. So well done to the presenters, but indeed well done to all of you for the work that goes behind those sorts of presentations. In the next few days there will be a formal communique from the board about the nature and the extent of their business, and some good news there. Very engaged board with the work that we're doing, and indeed have set themselves their September meeting to contribute significantly to defining the future strategic directions of the Institute. So you'll look forward to the formal communique in writing in the next day or two, but we'll keep you informed about that strategic planning work of the board as time moves on. I want to talk today just very briefly about Mind Matters. You will have all received the communication from me via email about Beyond Blue's success in winning that tender. I just want to assure people today that the communication with Beyond Blue since the outcome of the tender process has been known has been extremely positive. I've been in contact with Beyond Blue people, and they're indeed coming here to meet with us on Friday, and that meeting is essentially about how can we work together as time moves on with Mind Matters. So without prejudicing those conversations, please understand at this point in time that I'm quite optimistic about PAI's involvement in Mind Matters version 2 down the track. I understand that while we're in these times of uncertainty in relation to what that might look like, it will raise anxieties with people about their own employment, about the future of various elements of the Mind Matters program that's been developed over a long period of time by PAI. So can I just ask people to, as questions get raised in your mind, or you feel like you need some sense of exchange, please be in touch. I'm happy to take calls and emails and so on if there are issues that are particularly bothering you at any point in time. It's far better to let's talk about these things and see whether we can find a sense of understanding or direction through some conversation. Far better to do that than sit and worry about things. So please attend to that as an invitation as time moves forward. I'll try to, as we resolve issues and get better understanding things, I'll continue to try to communicate with you all about those elements. To move on to another matter, I'd like to certainly acknowledge the work and contribution of Heather Parkes to Principles Australia Institute. As many of you understand, Heather's moved on to other places. We had a function here in the building in Adelaide to celebrate and acknowledge and wish Heather all the very best in the future the day before she left. So, and I know that the nature of the Institute is that we all couldn't attend that, but I need to let you know that we've farewelled Heather, but in doing so, I just publicly acknowledge the huge contribution that she made to the development of Principles Australia Institute. As a result of there no longer being a National Business Manager position, the National Program Managers, Jill Pearman for Mind Matters and Jeremy for Kids Matter Primary, Peter O'Byrne for Dare to Lead, and Joe Mason in relation to professional services, will now be directly reporting to me. Over the next week, I'll be having some fairly detailed meetings with each of the program managers to sort through any of the administrative processes that will go with that, but I look forward to their leadership of those programs and your engagement as staff at PAI with that reconstructed executive team. As we get through those meetings and some detail about operational procedures becomes a little clearer through our conversations, we'll communicate with you accordingly. Another topic that I know people have been sort of hanging out for is we've had some independent consultants have a good look at our information technology systems and processes. Their final report is expected on my desk within the next week. Once it's here and we get some sort of finalisation about that, I will engage with key people in the Institute about the big question. Okay, we've got an analysis and a report, where to from here? And that will involve some strategy development and some planning and indeed most likely some significant budget work as well. But in the long run, what we're seeking here is a very coordinated, user-friendly but comprehensive ICT platform that will support the Institute's activities in the forthcoming future. Last thing today is to indicate that having had 2 weeks leave and a week at two significant conferences in England, I've returned to the desk, as the video broadcast might indicate, obviously, but to just publicly acknowledge and thank Jo Mason for her very capable work supporting me and acting as CEO in my absence. I will endeavour over the next week or two to provide some reporting and feedback about what were the learnings and what are the implications from PAI's point of view in relation to the conferences and activities that I engaged in England. Hopefully that'll be informative and useful to all, but look for that in the next week or two. In the meantime, keep up the good work. We'll work through with a sense of optimism the Mind Matters issue, and I'm sure that there'll be a very optimistic and sustainable future for the Institute as a whole, and for our people that are working in the promotion, prevention, mental health, wellbeing field of endeavour. So thank you, and talk to you again soon.